You've been silenced for very long, and every time you try to resist, they put you in jail.
For my children.
You've controlled your mind for so long to the point where you let them decide what your kids should learn, what gender they will be. And now you've let them to come for the whole nation, destroying what Britain once stood up for. They use this media machine not to report the facts to you, but to tell you what to think and what you should do.
Always be careful.
They're hiding the facts behind the noise, and they're recruiting pedophiles to tell you how to behave. And these politicians who meant to protect you, they're out there smashing your head on the ground. And no jail time for them. This road we've been on has been very dark for a very long time, and it's time to shine a light on the truth and advocate for justice. We the people make the nation, and if we don't stand up and advocate for justice, then we certainly won't make this nation great again. So we have to create a place for that, a place that can contribute to a more informed society. And that place is Next Frontier Media.
Stop the fucking boats. Get them out of them hotels. Get them gone. Put them on boats and send them back. Okay? They shouldn't be here. They're endangering the safety of our families. Men will rise up. We're always going to rise up. They have to rise up to defend their families. You've brought this war on our shores.
Sticking his one up, look.
Isn't that an offence? Is that not an offence?
See, this is the people we're bringing into our country, people, look. This is what we're bringing into our country, look. This is what we're bringing in, people. Instead of going...
Good morning from the gym. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I've looked at this story. I've been contacted by a whistleblower in the hotel. Now, this story says an 11-year-old child was raped by an illegal immigrant in a hotel. Wasn't 11 years old, was 2 years old. Why have you not been told that? That's what I've been told by someone on good authority, that a 2-year-old child was anally. The Syrian migrant who done it, who's come from Germany, not from Syria, from fucking Germany, so has raped a 2-year-old child. What? And there's a media blackout on this. No one's allowed to be told it was a 2-year-old child that was anally, horrifically raped.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what's going on in our country? If this has been hidden, if this turns out, yeah, I say if,
Digital Warriors,
I trust the person that's told me this. I've had a discussion. I trust their authority and their knowledge on this case. They are from within the hotel, and they've given me on good authority that it was a 2-year-old child that was anally in that hotel. Now, if this is a 2-year-old child, and it transpires eventually that we find out it was a 2-year-old child, how many other cases like this have they hid from the media blackout? No one's allowed to know. How many more cases across our country are there?
All right, folks.
Where men invited into our country, because each one of these cases, every one.
Yourself for an impact. This one's going to be huge. This one's going to be one of the most important broadcasts you're going to see today. So, I don't know if you guys know, something happened last month. I mean, things happen almost every single day. But something happened last month that, okay, happened, we moved on, all right? A guy was charged for raping and sexually assaulting a young girl. This happened in January 3rd. They charged him. And I want to show you this article before we get deep, because this story is terrifying. If Tommy Robinson is correct on this, if Tommy Robinson is correct on this issue, on this topic, this is terrifying. It's scary. It should scare every single person to death. If this man is correct, if Tommy is correct on this, folks, I don't know what we should do. Don't ask me, because I'm going to be too radical with it. Look, something happened last month. A guy was arrested. He was charged. Here's an article I want to show you. This is what happened last month. A guy was arrested, charged. It was reported. Oh, here he is on GB News. GB News reported this. A lot of the people who wanted to report, they reported on this. Not many people did, but GB News was one of them. They reported this: an Afghani national charged with sexual assault of a child in Greater Manchester. And the story reads on. You can see the story reads on. Hamed Mahamoudi, 29-year-old, appeared at Manchester and Salford Magistrate Court on January 3rd and was remanded in court. So this guy was charged for assaulting and raping a young girl. And they said the girl was 11 years old. That's what they said. All right, that's what they said. Okay. Now, that was January 3rd, and we all reacted. Everybody got mad, and we moved on. I guess we always do. I guess we see these things and we move on like we always do, right? So we moved on. Cool, we did. And then we didn't talk about it. We didn't really ask what happened to the little girl. What happened to the kid? Did anything happen to the kid? I mean, what is it? What's going on? What's the kid? We didn't even get those answers. And we basically moved on. And then last week, a new report came in that this man who was arrested and charged appeared in court. And guess what? He was cleared. Yep, they let him go. He walked away. Yep. A man cleared of sexually assaulting a child after prosecutor found no evidence. Yeah, the prosecutor looked. They looked at it. There's no videos. There's no footage. There's no evidence. There's no witness. There's nothing. And the guy is like, hey, I'm innocent. And guess what? They let him go. They let him go. We know that they let him go, according to this new report that we just dug in. This just recently came out that the guy who they arrested, they let him go. They let him go. A man accused of sexually assaulting a child has been cleared of an offense. Hamed Mahamadi, 28 years old, of Ashley Road, Hales, literally not far away from where I am. Hales was charged with a single count. He appeared before magistrate last month. That was January. The case was then transferred to the head of Minstrel Street Crown Court. A spokesperson said prosecutor offered no evidence during the hearing before a judge on Wednesday, February 4th, literally last week. Police earlier said they had received an allegation that a child had been sexually assaulted at a property in Hales. This property is basically the property that we basically house these guys. Then he carries on. When Mr. Mohamedi was charged, Greater Manchester Police statement read, a man had been charged with sexual assault of a child in Hales. They posted this everywhere. This is what he said. And he appeared in court. There was no evidence. The police couldn't provide anything, so they let him go. Now, today, Tommy Robinson has come out and said they are hiding something. And it's important I play this video, folks. If Tommy's source is correct, folks, what do we do? 11-year-old is already bad enough. 2-year-old, it's like, man, we got devils walking around us. Now, listen to this video very carefully. Yeah, we had to do a little bit editing on this video because, of course, the words. Of course, he described the word. He described the thing that this guy did. But you know how YouTube works. So there's a little bit of we have to, cut out the parts where you use the language that YouTube doesn't like, the truth, I guess. Just listen to this. If Tommy's sources that are working inside that hotel, the hotel that we basically put these guys in, this hotel.
Good morning.
This hotel, this is where the illegal migrants are in. This is literally in Manchester near Altrincham. Tommy has a source inside who works at this place. Has contacted Tommy and tell Tommy, hey, you see that report? The guy who's been who's been cleared, the guy that apparently nothing was found on, no evidence. No. And the guy who they said he raped and sexually assaulted a child, 11-year-old, actually, she was 2. That's what Tommy's sources are saying. Listen to this, folks. If this is true, folks, what do we do?
Good morning from the gym. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I've looked at this story. I've been contacted by a whistleblower in the hotel. Now, this story says an 11-year-old child was raped by an illegal immigrant in a hotel. Wasn't 11 years old, was 2 years old. Why have you not been told that? That's what I've been told by someone on good authority, that a 2-year-old child was anally. The Syrian migrant who done it, who's come from Germany, not from Syria, from fucking Germany, so has raped a 2-year-old child. What? And there's a media blackout on this. No one's allowed to be told it was a 2-year-old child that was anally, horrifically raped. What the fuck is going on in our country? And if this has been hidden, if this turns out, yeah, I say if, I trust the person that's told me this. I've had a discussion. I trust their authority and their knowledge on this case. They are from within the hotel, and they've given me on good authority that it was a 2-year-old child that was anally in that hotel. Now, if this is a 2-year-old child, and it transpires eventually that we find out it was a 2-year-old child, how many other cases like this have they hid from the media blackout? No one's allowed to know. How many more cases across our country are there where men invited into our country, because each one of these cases, every one of them, every woman or murdered, every one of them by an illegal immigrant was preventable. Every one of them. It's a government policy decision. So if someone gets murdered or raped, one of these men in the hotel, that's the government's policy. They've allowed it. They've accepted, yes, women are going to get raped. We don't mind women getting raped, so long as we flood the country of loyal voters, yeah? And we destabilise the working class and we replace the British working class. We don't give a fuck about how many of their women or daughters are raped, pillaged or murdered. That's basically what they've done. And if anyone speaks out, as we've all seen from Keir Starmer's tyrannical government, they weaponise the judiciary, weaponise the media and attack you. Even just look now. Look at the outrage over, is it Ratcliffe, over Sir Ratcliffe, over his comments about what everyone can see. Everyone can see our country's been colonised. Everyone can see it. His comments, massive outrage. The same media that are outraged, that are making this headline news around the whole of the UK, have been silent on the rape gang inquiry of Rupert Lowe. Silent on the witness testimonies of rape, torture, abuse, of trafficking to Pakistan. British children have been taken to Pakistan and they're there now. And the media don't want to talk about it, yeah? They just ignore it. Ratcliffe makes a comment about the fact that the country's been colonised by migrants. Look at the population, look at the demographical change. 33% of London is English. Do you want 33% of England to be English? Something's got to change. But my main point on this is, 2-year-old child, how many other cases are there? Sick. And this is all preventable. All has been preventable. When I was just digging up and looking through videos, I was looking at videos of interviews I was given 16 years ago and just thinking, why didn't they listen? It's not that they didn't just listen, but they literally attacked us and slandered us and destroyed us. Absolutely destroyed us for daring to say, this is wrong. Stop it. Stop the hate. Stop Islam. Stop the spread of rapists. Stop it all. Sick. Keir Starmer.
Folks, this is really bad. I don't know if you guys understand how ugly this is. This man, if what Tommy is saying is true, my camera's frozen here. Hold on, folks. We gotta do something here. Maybe Keir Starmer don't want me to resume with this podcast. Hey, every time when we have something big going on this channel, everything just kind of crashed. Am I going nuts to think somebody's behind this shit? Every single time when we have a huge story to break to you guys, something don't work. Like, one thing just decided not to work on that day. But hey, we're gonna figure it out. Hold on. I think we're good now. All right. Okay. Are we good now? Yep, that's me. All right, you guys can see me. Oh, that's me. Well, if what Tommy Robinson is saying is true, folks, I don't know how. Think about it. Just think about this. This guy was charged for sexually assaulting a young kid, 11 years old. Right, he was charged for that. The police arrested him, took him there. They kept him in, he appeared in court first time. They kept him in custody. They didn't want to release him. They didn't want to send him back home. They kept him because, of course, they knew, like, they know, like, hey, this guy did something wrong, all right? This guy did something bad. We got to keep him here. And they did. They don't just keep you in custody unless you did something fucked up, right? And they did, right? And then, of course, this guy appears. Well, obviously, this GB News article here that you're seeing was posted when this happened. When did this happen? This happened January 3rd. January 3rd, this happened. And this guy appeared in court last week. And guess what happened? He was cleared. They told him to go back to his nice, fancy hotel. Hey, nothing, we didn't find anything. You're good to go, Mohammedan. You're good to go, Mohammedan. You can go back home. That hotel is waiting for you. You don't want another migrant, declaring victory on that bed of yours. You can go home now. And we let him go. He went back home. Yep. A man cleared of sexually assaulting a child after prosecutor find no evidence. And now Tommy Robinson is coming out saying, hey, folks, there's something going on here. It's bigger. So if Tommy is correct, it just makes everything even worse. It just makes everything even dark and deep. Because obviously this guy is cleared, he's able to walk away. I mean, what are we going to do? Start a new case and build it up for him? What if the police know it was a 2-year-old and they still let him out? That's even a bigger problem. It's a bigger issue there. So, I don't know, folks. This is insane. What do you guys think, folks? Do you think Tommy's correct on this? Because he has a lot of conviction on this case. He has a lot of conviction. Just listen to the first few words he started talking. Just listen to the first few words. He has a lot of conviction on this.
Good morning from the gym. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I've looked at this story. I've been contacted by a whistleblower in the hotel. Now, this story says an 11-year-old child was raped by an illegal immigrant in a hotel. Wasn't 11 years old, was 2 years old. Why have you not been told that? That's what I've been told by someone on good authority, that a 2-year-old child was anally raped. The Syrian migrant who done it, who's come from Germany, not from Syria, from fucking Germany, so has raped a 2-year-old child. What? And there's a media blackout on this. No one's allowed to be told it was a 2-year-old child that was anally, horrifically raped. What the fuck is going on in our country? And if this has been hidden, if this turns out, I say if, I trust the person that's told me this. I've had a discussion. I trust their authority and their knowledge on this case. They are from within the hotel, and they've given me on good authority that it was a 2-year-old child that was anally in that hotel. Now,
so if Tommy's correct, he says he trusts the person who gave him this information. Good source. He works at the hotel. Which hotel am I talking about? I'm talking about this hotel in Hales. This hotel in Manchester near Altrincham. I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's been a lot of protest in this hotel for quite a while now. So if Tommy's correct, and he trusts his sources who works inside this hotel, and I'm sure these guys, if they've seen something, if they see, you can't make it, folks, you can't make a difference. You can't, you know if somebody is 13, and you probably know when somebody is 2 years old. So, I mean, if somebody's saying that the victim was that young, that they think it was a 2 years old, that is, all right, I don't even want to think about that. I don't want to think about it. But these, in today's time, we've been forced to start thinking about stuff like this. This is, you wouldn't even, thinking about this just, I don't know, your whole day just, there's no way you can like move on because it just sticks in your mind. You're thinking about the kid, you're thinking about their parents, you're thinking about everything in the world, and you're thinking, hey, is there such a thing as like evil? Does the devil even exist? That's what you think about, because that is deep. For somebody to go out there and do such a thing to a child, 2 years old. Folks, I don't know what you're going to be, or what kind of mindset you have to have. And guess what? We have hundreds of them coming in almost every single month. Every single month, hundreds of them are coming. And we don't even know who's... I mean, I'm not saying all of them are bad, but I'm saying, hey, some of them are doing this. A lot of them have been doing this. So can we like do something, please? Are we going to wait until it's your child for you to react? Because if this is true, well, that was somebody's child, somebody's sister, somebody's nephew, niece, whatever. That's somebody's family member, child, going through this. But of course, the police have cleared him. They let him go because apparently they find no evidence. The prosecutor find no evidence. You can go back home. And what happens to the victim? We don't even know because they never really care about victim. Do you remember in the last 2 years where there was a case where the government actually took care of the victims, of the survivors? The last 2 years, all the cases. Do you remember? Can you name one that you see in the police or the authorities or the councillor, the people in power? Is there a case where you can point to and be like, actually, yeah, they took care of they took care of this victim here, of this survivor. The government took care of it really well. No, we react and they expect us to move on. And guess what happens? We move on. And they love it when we move on, folks. They love it when we move on. And it's quite sad, the fact that the whole country just basically like, just move on. We literally, that's what we do. We move on because that's what we do best. They notice that. Yeah. It's crazy, folks. What do you guys think? Do you guys believe Tommy Robinson on this case? Yes or no? Because if yes, then folks, something needs to be done. If yes, something needs to be done right freaking now. If no, even worse, still something needs to be done because this case did not just magically appear for it to find no evidence on it. You know, something needs to be done, folks. All right. Oh, man. What the first story to start with. This is, we got a huge broadcast for you today. We've invested a lot of money today to making the show better for you guys, and then we've invested a lot of time into finding stories, and we've also invested, we've created a lot of sources in people, you know, in around the country. We've created a lot of sources, so you're gonna be getting something that you're not gonna get anywhere else. So just tune in, folks. And we also invested into this big machine here. I don't know if do you guys notice the sound? Do you like the sound? Sound good? Yeah, I think the sound is really good. We invested into this system because we want to be able to talk to you guys properly, and we want you to be able to hear us properly, to receive the news properly. Now, I want to tell you about something, yeah? Despite every single thing that's going on in this country, all the crime, all the rape, all the assault, everything, phones being stolen away, you know, you're talking to somebody on the phone, somebody is going to steal your phone. You know, those guys on the bike, they come there and just take your phone. Yeah. All those problems. Kids, little babies. Today, I was talking to a mother today, early morning today, and she was telling me about, she actually works in a primary school. This is crazy. She actually works in a primary school, and she was telling me about the stuff that she sees in the primary school. The kids, what these kids bring. They're bringing knives now. 5-year-old, year five are bringing knives to school. Kids are literally being stopped at the door with a knife. Yeah, this is what we have. All these crazy problems that's taking place in the country. And then we're inviting more people in to come and do crazy stuff to our young girls. But guess what? The police is going after you. They are putting up this system, this live facial recognition technology everywhere in London, everywhere in Manchester, everywhere in the country, just so they can watch you. They can see your movement. I mean, they already know what you're doing on your phone, given the fact that they can knock on your door before you even post a Facebook post, before you even make the post live, before you even publish it, they can knock on your door and try to arrest you. Now, they want to see your physical movement. And this is what's going on in London, folks. So they're not going after the guys who are sexually assaulting young kids. They are literally releasing them. They are telling them, hey, no evidence found. But when it comes to you, yeah, they're going to make sure they see what you do. Every single move that you make. Folks, listen to this police officer telling us exactly how they're going to do that.
We're trialling live facial recognition technology at railway stations. Driven by intelligence, our deployments will support existing planned policing operations, targeting crime hotspots where offenders who cause harm to communities are likely to pass through. LFR-enabled cameras will temporarily be placed on station concourses with clear signage and QR codes for community feedback. The cameras capture live footage and compare faces on an intelligence-led database of wanted offenders. If there's a match, an alert is generated and an officer reviews it before taking action. We uphold the highest standards of ethics when using live facial recognition, guaranteeing full compliance with the law and safeguarding privacy protections. Alternate routes will be available for anyone who doesn't want to pass by the cameras. Images of anyone not on the database will be deleted immediately and permanently. For more updates and information, please visit our website and follow us on social media.
Yeah, that is from the official British Transport Police. I gotta give them some respect. They do some amazing work sometimes. Yes, they do catch some bad guys. But a lot of times nowadays, we've noticed that they're going after the good guys. You and I. The guys who want the country to go in the right way, because right now it's basically, we're sinking. We are like basically in a Titanic. We've hit the ice and the captain is relaxing. Hey, spin the thing. Actually, no. We're about to hit the ice and captain is sleeping. We're waking him up. Okay, Starman, spin the field. Bro, could you just spin it around, please? We're about to hit the ice. That's where we are today. But no, they are arresting. They are putting up this system and they're making you guys think. They're telling us, hey, this is just to catch the bad guys. The bad guys walk here. Imagine, they think we're that stupid that they can come to us and be like, hey, we're going to put a camera here because the bad guys will walk right here. And guess what? We're going to make a post online to tell the bad guys that we've put the camera here so we can catch them when they walk right here. Do you think these guys think we're so retarded that they can just do this and be like, oh yeah, they're going to believe us that we're doing it to catch the bad guys? Really? Are they actually going to catch the bad guys, or they're putting it there so they can watch every single person who walks around the country? This is a huge problem, folks. And the fact that they're able to insult our intelligence this way, it just shows that they have so much control that they don't even have to explain to us. We never even voted for this. But guess what? They got the power, they got the illustration, they got all the things. They're going to go ahead. And that's what they've been doing. They just go ahead with everything. And this is the problem. Now, there's a group out there that's been doing an amazing work I have to give big shout to. Big group. I love these guys. They do a lot of work. Now, they've been investigating this for a very long time. And basically, the whole company that they do, the Big Brother Watch, the whole thing that they do is they look into this and they do a lot of work into looking at it, researching it, publishing it, keeping us active, keeping us in the loop. And here's the lady. She's a director of this company. She's going to explain to us exactly how this pose a lot of threat to our right of movement, our freedom of speech, in a sense, our freedom of movement, every single thing that we know that we call free. Just listen to this, folks. If this doesn't scare you, I don't know. I don't know about you, but it scares me. It scares me to know that somebody is going to be following me, watching me. Because right now, they're probably already listening to me through this. As you already know, the internet of all things, they listen to you. As long as you, if you have any sort of technology in your house, they are listening to you. That conspiracy has been debunked. It's true. It's fact. They listen to us all the time. Now, they're going to be watching us. It's dangerous, folks. And we're going to say it out loud. We do not want this. Listen to this.
Imagine the nightmare scenario where you're locked up because a computer said you're guilty, even though you're innocent. What is so worrying about live facial recognition is that it does turn the presumption of innocence completely on its head. And that is a real step change for the whole country. And that's what we're trying to wake people up to, is that the relationship between us and the police is changing such that you have to prove your innocence in many of these scenarios. So in Sean's case, he had to prove that he wasn't somebody that the police thought he was.
The guy's face, you show him there, that face is not.
It is a very, very dangerous situation, and it does engender an ID culture as well. If he hadn't shown his ID, I think he probably would have been arrested.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to be minding your business. You're going to be minding your business. Police will pull you over and be like, hey, our AI system has told us that you look like this guy and, you look like him. We're going to go with us. You're going to come with us, sir. You haven't done anything wrong. You're going there to get milk for your son so you can make him breakfast. He can get to school on time because you got work to run to. And now the police officer is stopping you, interrupting you. And now they're going to go. They're going to take you with you. They're going to go. They're going to take you with them. This is dangerous, folks. And we all know the big guys we all know the people who've been campaigning to bring this forward. And this guy does not take a break. This guy goes by the name of Tony Blair. Have you heard of this guy before? Have you heard of him before? I think I have. Have you? Yeah, I'm sure you have. But just listen to this guy. This guy never takes a break. Of course, he was in power for a very long time. He left, but guess what? He's still in power. He's one of the biggest lobby machines here in the UK. Whatever he wants, he gets it. Especially from the Keir Starmer government, he gets it all the time. And of course, this Tony Blair guy has the future in his hands. And here he is, he's telling you the benefits of the digital ID and the benefit of the AI facial recognition technology everywhere in the country. He's telling us how good this will be. Take a listen to this guy, folks. Man, this guy makes me, I don't know, it makes my head just crawl back up. It's crazy. Listen to him telling us the benefits of this. Tony Blair is an evil man, folks.
The benefits are clear. Digital ID will make our interactions with each other and with the state faster, cheaper, and more reliable. It will allow us to judge who has a right to be in our country and who doesn't, and so solves one of the major challenges of immigration. Facial recognition can now spot suspects in real time from live video, tracking organized criminals at borders, in public spaces, even helping find missing people. In London, live facial recognition led to 360 arrests by the Met Police between January and October 2024, just in a pilot project. It boosts response times and helps identify suspects quickly in busy places like train stations and events. Live video from body cams and CCTVs can be used to provide real-time advice to officers from a command center or deploy resources to where they're most needed. AI will go even further, spotting crime patterns, guiding patrols, and streamlining decisions. This is where technology, like digital ID, becomes critical. My institute's own analysis shows that introducing this in the UK would save at least $2 billion a year, and likely more, by reducing losses to fraud, improving tax collection, and better targeting of state support. We can ensure that digital ID enhances rather than threatens personal privacy. The key is building trust and designing, with thought and intention, systems that are secure, fair, inclusive, and effective at combating crime and making us all safer.
Yeah. All right, Tony Blair, you know everything, don't you? And I see some comments here in the chat saying this is AI. I mean, you gotta think, right? You know the way his ideas, you almost think this guy is not human, don't you? Like, yeah, I agree. It could be AI, but actually, this is a real thing. It's a real video of him telling us the benefit of digital ID and facial recognition technology everywhere. And a lot of you guys think actually Tony Blair is not involved in the government anymore. No, folks. This guy, the government is embedded with him, is in it, especially with the Labour Party. He's pulling big strings. He's pulling every single muscle he can. And of course, he's been sent to this Gaza piece of a deal, the board of peace with Trump. And all that is just to test it out. Almost every single country is going to get it. The Americans have seen it. The Americans are seeing all these Palantir technology capturing every single person's data over there. It's infringing in a First Amendment. They are fighting it. Of course, they don't, it's hard over there for these companies to do it, but it's easier here. So they can implement it here and see the result. European unions have done it. Nowadays, they don't even need a passport anymore. They got a system called entry exit system. That's what they got now, which was introduced last year, August. Last year, actually, 11th of August last year, 2025. And the UK is getting close. They told us, they said, Keir Starmer came out and said, hey, we're not going to do BRICS card anymore. Guess what? Do you want to know how many companies have been gaining control, have been gaining contracts to build the BRICS card? Do you want to know? You might think, yeah, this is not happening anymore. Let's move on. No more protest. Say no to digital ID no longer exist. We've won. No. We haven't won. The battle is just getting started. These guys never stop. Tony Blair has been crying for this for a very long time. He's been pitching for this. He's been pitching for all this sort of collecting people's data for a very long time. Since the 90s, this guy was pitching for this. And guess what? He was failing. He went down. It came back up. He went down. It came back up. Now we have almost every single thing that he pitched on back then. And today, he just wants to finalize the game. Let's get cameras every single place and implement this 15-minute city. Glasgow Council confirmed. No, not long ago, I reported to you guys. Glasgow Council City Council, I think one of the council in Glasgow confirmed that they're going ahead with the 15-minute city. How do you think they're gonna police the 15-minute city? They're gonna police it with AI, and you're gonna need it. How would AI know you're breaching the rules? The cameras will be there. This is a huge problem. Somebody needs to stand up in Parliament and say, no, we do not want this. Nobody voted for this. Nobody's asking for this. I don't think anyone with the right mind is sitting there thinking, actually, let's get digital ID. No. We do not want it. It's scary. It's going to infringe on our freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and we do not want it. Have you noticed as well? I just want to ask you questions. If you guys have seen this everywhere around your area, could you comment down below? Just put one. Just put the letter 1 if you've seen this, right? I'm going to put 1 in the chat right now because I've seen this everywhere in my area. All right, here's 1. Okay, that's my 1 over there. I've seen this. If you've seen this everywhere around your area, could you just put 1 in the chat? Because this is basically happening everywhere. These new cameras. You know what this camera really is? You know what camera this is? This is not random. This is not just a normal CCTV cameras. These cameras are in... Well, let me just see your ones. Oh, you haven't... Nobody have seen it? No? Oh, God. So, am I the only one who have seen these cameras around? No? Put one in the chat if you have. I think you guys haven't gone outside yet. You guys are still doing COVID, I guess. All right. I'll leave you guys quarantined then, yeah? You haven't seen this yet. But this thing... These cameras are everywhere. Supermarket, shopping centers, especially when there's a protest. These cameras are basically every single corner in the country now. Yeah, they come with they're on top of cars, they're on top of police cars, and they always have it around the places. Sometimes they move them around. You know what these cameras do? These cameras can count. Yeah, have you ever noticed? Have you ever seen a camera that can count? No, right. These cameras can check what you have in your pocket. That's correct. Yes, that's correct. They can see what you have in your pocket. They can see and scan your bag. If you're carrying a bag, they can tell what you have in your bag. That's what these cameras do. If you're walking with a friend, they can identify you, identify your friend, and also pick up your online presence. And of course, they can do whatever they want to do from there. This is dangerous, folks. And this is the power that they have, and the fact that they're still things going on in the country, things like this still happening, it's like, hey, you got so much power. How come you can't find evidence of this guy sexually assaulting a kid? You can't find evidence? Oh, it's because you wanted him to go home. You got so much power that you can control the area. You can connect the area so quick with these AI machines, with these cameras. But when it comes to charging a guy and putting him in jail for sexually assaulting a child, you have no evidence. Or is it because you know if you put him in jail, a lot of people will protest because he was not meant to be here in the first place? All right. All right, folks. We're going deep today. We're going deep. All right, we're going deep. That's why I got my Coke here. I don't really drink Coke as much, but I need some sugar today, okay? Don't try this at home, all right? Get your waters. Yeah, today, no water for me today, all right? Let's get some Coke. All right, there's more. There is more story. Let's move into another story which kind of pissed me off. This news came in today. I mean, I don't mind. I like the Ukrainian people. I really do. All right. Slava Ukrainian. Yeah, let's go. Ukrainian. Put some Ukrainian flag in the chat. Yeah, I like Ukraine. But I don't like the idea of sending money every single time, folks. Do you like the idea of sending money to Ukraine every single time? You know, Zelensky phone calls. Oh, yeah, we send money. I mean, okay, yeah, all right. Ukraine, okay, great stuff. You know, Zelensky, all right, keep fighting. Putin, all right, he's a bad man. I called it to the West media. All these things, but I don't like the idea of sending money there all the time. We have a lot of problem here as a whole. We have a lot of problem here. We can't even fix our border in the first place. We have our council tax going up every single time. And you're going outside, there's rubbish everywhere. The roads are not even fixed properly. Some of the roads are not even workable. You can't even drive there. It's better for you to pick up your car and, you know, drop it the main road than to drive your car that, you know, in some local councils. Because that's how broke we are. Or maybe that's how corrupt the council really are. But somehow, Keir Starmer and John Sweeney, John Haley, whatever your name is, can move the muscle and find money to send to Ukraine almost every single chance they have. That's a problem for me, folks. That's your money, my money. I didn't vote for this. I didn't sit here saying, all right, let's send another £1 billion. All right, let's send another £500,000. Yeah, actually, send it all. No. I didn't vote for this. I didn't ask for this. Why we keep sending money to Ukraine? The war needs to end. And we can end it. But somehow we want to keep funding. We want to keep fighting. We want to keep funding. We want to keep fighting. Then there's not going to be any lose. Somebody needs to lose for war to end. And if you keep funding one person and the other person is always ready to carry on, guess what? This war is going to go on for 100 years. Which is obviously not good for us since we are the one funding it. Now, for my Ukrainian fans in the chat, folks, I like you guys. I like the Ukrainian people. I think they're actually cool people. The Ukrainian have a strong history, I have to say. Ukrainian people are actually so strong. They've gone through a lot. And still they're able to stay in the battlefield and still fight for the nation. Respect to Ukrainian people. I talk to them all the time when I'm outside, when they are protesting. Yeah, some Ukrainian people are actually protesting as well. I don't know if you guys see it. A lot of you guys have moved on. But Ukrainian people do protest in Manchester all the time when I'm outside. Saturday, they are protesting on Saturday as well. I see them, I give them a high five all the time. I'm not taking the piss out the Ukrainian people. I'm taking the piss out the government, the UK government today, where they'll grab the money and send to Ukraine almost every single chance they have. That is concerning, folks. That is a problem. Now, I want to play you this video from John Haley, our Ministry of Defense. Listen to him. Listen to him pledging another £500 million to go to Ukraine. Well, we can't even fund the grooming gang because we have no money. We can't even do a national inquiry because we can't spend no money. We can't even do basic stuff because, the budget, NHS is on his knees, but we can't fix it. Budget, not enough money. But somehow, we can just magically find money and send it to Ukraine. Listen to this, folks.
Good morning. I'll keep this brief. Yesterday, I was in the High North confirming that the UK is doubling its Marines and its major military exercises there. This morning, I'm here at NATO, confirming that Britain will play a central part in NATO's Arctic security mission, Arctic Sentry, to strengthen security in the region. This afternoon, I'll be confirming that Britain is providing an extra £500 million in urgent air defence to Ukraine. This is Britain being a force for good in the world, building a new deal for European security within NATO. And I'm proud of the UK's armed forces. I'm proud of the UK's leadership. I'm proud of the UK's commitment to our allies. We will back you. We will defend you. We will fight with you in this new era of threat and hard power. Thank you.
Right, that's the Ministry of Defense right there. You know, John Haley. You've heard of him. You've seen him before. Somehow, money just happened to just appear. Money just come out of nowhere. Yeah, when it comes for the Ukrainians, yeah, we can find money. We can always find money to send to Ukraine. Remember the pledge that Keir Starmer made not long ago in 2024 when he pledged to be giving Ukraine £3 billion a year for over, the deal is actually called a 100 years deal, where we're going to be funding Ukraine's war for over 100 years. I mean, you have to be like, I don't know what kind of drug you have to be taking to write or to sign something that insane. I don't know, maybe you must be, I don't know, maybe something bad must have happened to you and you lost your mind and you just went and signed this deal. And then you accidentally, you happen to take pictures and you did a fake smile, but you didn't really mean it. But that's what Keir Starmer did. He went there and signed a deal to give it's actually called a 100 years deal. Let me just look it up, folks. I want to show you some receipts. I always come with receipts here. We put a lot of time into this. We always come with receipts. So if I put in 100 years, UK and Ukraine deal. 100 years deal. Do you even know what's going to happen next year, Keir Starmer? No. But you want to pledge this new deal? It's literally called a 100-year partnership agreement. So let's go to the UK government. So you can actually see what this thing entails. Actually, let's find an right here. This deal was signed January 16th, 2025 by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and President Volodymyr Zelensky. The UK and Ukraine 100 years partnership agreement is legally binding treaty designed to lock into a long-term support for Ukraine's security, defense, and prosperity. The pact covers defense, trade, energy, and intelligence to deter Russian aggression. So almost every single thing, we make money in the UK and we send them to Ukraine. We send the money to Ukraine so we can just fight Russia. Hey, we have our own... Does Keir Starmer forget that we have our own battle here that we're losing? Does this guy forget that, hey, actually, I'm running a country and we have something to win here. We're also fighting something here. We're fighting a lot of things here. But no. We're going to sign this 100 years deal. I don't know how you can make this solve. I don't think there should be a law that says no government should sign something like this deep. Maybe sign a 4 years deal, maybe 3 years deal, because then obviously next government can come and recheck it and see if it's best and they can change it, or maybe they can renew it, but they have a chance to like break it. But this 100 years, I won't even be alive. You won't be you won't be alive. Your kid won't be alive. But guess what? Your next kids, your great-great-grandkids will have to be paying money to Zelensky. Will have to be paying money to Ukraine so they can go fight Russia. What is this guy saying? That the war will carry on for the next 100 years? That's the only thing this thing can suggest, right? There's nothing else that he can suggest. Are they saying the war will carry on for the next 100 years? Because if that's the case, folks, I want to sign out. 100 years from now, we're going to be paying Russia every single time. Sorry, not Russia. Zelensky, Ukraine every single time. That's an issue, folks. There's a lot of money there. I want to know what we gain. I really do want to know what we gain. But here's another video from, of course, John Harley. And I think it's important that you listen to this. He goes deep into the reason why it's important for us to make this deal. They always they always come up with a reason why everything is important, right? They always come up with a reason why it's important to align with NATO. It's important to do this. It's important to do this. And it's crazy because people at home actually believe it. People at home are thinking, yeah, it's important. Is it really important, Jessica? Is it really important, Jesse? Adam, do you really believe it is important? That your money should be going to a foreign country that they're fighting a battle that we have nothing to do with? I can't even say that anymore. I can't even say we have nothing to do because we're the reason why they're in this mess. But this is the trouble that we're in. But it's important that you listen to this guy because he's going to tell us how important this is. All right? Oh, the video's gone. Hold on, folks. Video's gone. 2 seconds. Let me find this video. This is crazy. Let's find this important video of theirs. John Haley. All right. Okay, there he is. Oh, we found it. We found it. There he is. Uh-oh. God. This guy. You can tell the people, the UK
confirming that Britain is.
We don't want this. You can tell the Listen to this. What just watch this. Uh-oh. There it is. Finally. All right. So this is the video of it's gonna announce how much money we're gonna be giving to Ukraine. I think it's gonna announce in this video, but listen to this. It's 12 minutes, it's 12-second video. A lot of people do not like this. A lot of people do not like this. But let's listen to this.
This afternoon, I'll be confirming that Britain is providing an extra £500 million in urgent air defence to Ukraine. This afternoon, I'll be confirming that Britain is providing an extra £500 million in urgent air defence to Ukraine. This afternoon, I'll be confirming that Britain is.
You guys know how important that is.
Providing an extra £500 million.
I mean,
in urgent air defence.
Are we just printing money that fast? Is the Bank of England just printing money that quick? Like, hey, get it out, get it out, get it out. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Is that how easy it is? But somehow when we ask for money, hey, can we get, maybe £2 million and we can put into the grooming gang and we can maybe find out what happened? Can you do £5 million so we can do a national inquiry? Maybe a little bit more. But no, Keir Starmer's out there saying, no, we can only do locally. All right, okay. But guess what? We can have £500 million and send it to Ukraine. These guys think we're all stupid, folks. They honestly think we don't know what's going on. They honestly think, hey, these guys don't know what's going on. And they've been getting away with it all the time. Europe must break free from US defense reliance. As UK plunge $500 million into Ukraine. God, this is insane. It just doesn't stop, does it? Yeah, so of course, it's happening. The go-ahead has been given.
In urgent.
Will be sent. Money will be sent, and of course, Zelensky will be receiving it. He's going to receive it very well. He's going to receive it very well. But I want to move on to another story, folks. We got a lot of things to cover. Stay with me here. We're also going to do phone calls. So I don't know if you guys know, but yesterday we did a phone call. You guys will be able to call in and we can have a little chat. Make sure whatever you call is relevant to the stories today. So, but move on. Let's move on to another story. We got 2 more stories. The last two are like, they're like stupid and like retarded in a way. Well, sorry, I don't like using that word actually. Sorry, I take that back. I'm sorry. The last 2 stories is about the Green Party, and folks, they have a lot of things to. They have a plan, and it's dangerous. Their plan is super. I don't know. The Islamists are taking over the Green Party. I don't know if you guys know, but they are taking over effectively. And Zach Polinsky is basically just a mouthpiece for them. He's basically like a guy who does marketing for them. But the Islamists have taken over the Green Party. But they got a new plan. They got a new thing. And I need to tell you about it. It's important that you know, especially if you're a Jewish person watching me, it's important that you listen to this, because the Green Party has a radical plan for the Israel state, for the state of Israel. But let's talk about this. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a lot of concern when I see people like this, when I see people like, like Larry Fink, when I see people like Alex Karp from Palantir Technology with his best friend, with his best friend, Peter Thiel. I get kind of worried when I see people like, Larry Fink from Oracle. I get kind of concerned when I see people from OpenAI, Sam Altman. I get kind of concerned, you get it? Especially when they start playing in our politics. Especially when they start sending millions and billions of pounds into the British politics. I get kind of concerned. Do you get concerned? Put some W's in the chat, because I am concerned when I see this face. This Alex Karp fakes. I don't know if you guys know this guy. This guy is one of the most evil person in the world. It's probably on the list. In my opinion, I think this guy is very dangerous. Given the things that he said publicly, given the things that his company does, Palantir Technology, and the fact that this company, Palantir Technology, the things that this company has under us in the UK, it's a problem. It's a big, big problem. This guy's company, Palantir Technology, basically owns almost every single thing in the UK. Palantir Technology, just in case if you didn't know, they control the police now. Yeah, I know. You're probably thinking, Barack, what the fuck? Yes, I know what the fuck. Yes. They control a part of the police in Staffordshire, I think it's Leicestershire. Leicestershire Police has a contract with Palantir Technology, and guess who stole their data? That's right, Palantir Technology. Councils, local councils are controlled. Some of them have signed a contract with Palantir Technology. So yes, Palantir Technology probably have almost every single data about the residents in that area, in that place. Palantir Technology has, I think you know about the NHS, right? It stores almost every single data about the NHS. So if you've been to the NHS the last couple months or the last couple weeks, the last couple days, your data has been stored by this guy. Palantir Technology has a contract with the Ministry of Defense, John Haley, the guy that you've seen. Yeah, they have a contract with him, and apparently they're helping us out with the nuke. Yeah, nuke, yes, they have a contract with a nuke, yes. Apparently they got some data, and they're always checking out, and they're controlling and they're storing the data of our nuclear weapons. Yes, nuclear weapons. I know, it's crazy. How the fuck did they get this deal? Let me tell you why. They got this deal because there is a lot of lobbying going on. There's a lot of lobbying. Do you know a guy called Peter Mandelson? You know him? Hey, you probably know of him. You probably heard of him, right? You probably heard of a guy called Peter Mandelson, right? I know he was on the news lately, and he was on the news. You couldn't find him with his pants on. Yeah, super naked out there. But Peter Mandelson has a group that is very strong when it comes to lobbying. Very freaking strong. And these guys lobby very hard. When they want something, they get it. And they scheduled a meeting with Keir Starmer on Palantir Technology last year. Guess what? Keir Starmer went there, they met with Palantir Technology, and they signed a deal. They gave away... oh, God. Keir Starmer, what the fuck, bro? So Keir Starmer signed a deal with these guys, Palantir Technology, whatever you want to call them. And the crazy thing is, our own companies, the British companies, couldn't even compete with this deal. With this new subcontracts that they wanted to give out to companies, to private companies. Our own British companies couldn't even compete. It was just given to Palantir Technology. Do you want to know why? Because people invest into these parties. People donate to the Labour Party. Big billionaires donate to these political parties. And that needs to change, folks. Because the longer this goes on, the quicker the democracy that we have here, the illusion of democracy, the quicker that will be taken away from us. because these billionaires will invest big money into the Labour Party or the Conservative. Now we're seeing that, Reform UK is getting them as well. Reform UK is also recruiting them too. They're also receiving billions of pounds. They're also being paid. The private jets are sorted. This is what they do. They donate, they take control, and then they get what they want. Now, here's an article that came out recently today, which I'm really, really glad that this is the topic that we're talking about. This should be the topic. We should be talking about this long time ago. I'm glad that we're here. We're late, but we're here still. This article came out, and it says, Labour Party to ban foreign party donors unless they make money in the UK. And it goes on, foreign donors will be banned from giving money to British political parties unless they make enough money in the UK under the election bill. Donations from companies will be capped. At 2 years of revenue, shell companies will be prevented from funneling large sums of money to political parties and candidates. So there's a video that came out. I want to show you this video. I think this video is important. We'll give you more context on how dangerous this really is. And I like the fact that we're here. I like the fact that we're talking about this thing. This is super important, folks. But listen to this lady breaking it down, because right now the country is being sold away. All these private deals that's been going on, all these little meetings, all these little lobby that's going on, and Peter Mandelson is involved, and all these have you noticed that Keir Starmer is not in charge? Keir Starmer has been basically blaming every single person. He's been blaming every single person. That means he's not the one in control. Somebody's telling him to do stuff. And who's telling him to do? Well, the people who donate. Now watch this.
You can set up a shell company tomorrow. Actually in a few hours. And because you have that company, you can be from anywhere in the world, but then you can donate to UK political parties. So that itself is a major loophole. What the Times article is saying is that he would donate through the UK headquarters of Twitter or X, and therefore that would be allowed. But presumably he's going to have to shift some money around to make sure that he can make those donations. And I think it's really worrying. And this is a loophole that experts, from the Electoral Commission to a range of people, experts, academics, Electoral Reform Society have highlighted, makes a UK system absolutely like a sieve. Money can come in from wherever and influence our elections. And it's got to change. And I think the issue is that the incoming government have also been quite reliant on very big donations at the last election. They did promise us a new Elections Act, essentially in their manifesto. It didn't make it into the King's Speech, but it's really important that they get on with it. And everyone, all your listeners and the country, really engage with this, because this is about protecting our democracy and ensuring people have trust in it.
Yeah, I hope I can echo the same thing, because democracy right now, as you can see, it's being sold off. Somebody has bought it. Somebody buys this thing. They don't even vote, but they get what they want all the time. Nobody wanted for this illegal migration. The whole country right now is talking about illegal migration. But guess what? We can't fix that, because the person who donated wants that to keep going. So guess what? They're gonna get what they want. But hundreds of millions of people, millions of people who do not want it to go on, the majority of people do not want it to go on, they're not going to get what they want, because we didn't donate. We don't have the money. Now, folks, we did a big investigation, and we found out the biggest donor from the Labour Party came from a shell company in Cayman Island. Cayman Island, a small little island, a company that was set up there. I got a company called Quadrilateral Capital. Just search it up. Quadrilateral Capital donated 4 million into the Labour Party. And guess who Quadrilateral Capital invest their money in? They invest the money with none other than, folks, this is dangerous. So Quadrilateral Capital has Quadrilateral Capital, this is a shell company in Cayman Island, invested £4 million into the Labour Party, right? Just hold it. Stay with me here. A shell company in an island far away from here, donated £4 million into the Labour Party. And they did it so late in the election, we didn't get to know until later on. Literally, we didn't even know they did it so late, so we couldn't get to know. So we got to know once the Labour Party was already in. So this company from Cayman Islands donated £4 million into the Labour Party. And now this company, where did they get the money from? Well, this company invest. I don't know. You probably know where I'm going with this, because obviously the person on the screen is Alex Clapp, a CEO of Palantir Technology. Yes, that's right. This company, this venture capital company, has almost all his investment in Palantir Technology, over £70 million into Palantir Technology. And now we're getting to know that Palantir Technology has received 34 private contracts. 34 private contracts. Bro, the crazy thing is, most of these contracts were signed behind closed door. No one competed for this. No one got to know about this. They just got the deal. Oh, they just receive a deal. NHS, yep, take it. Oh, highways. Yeah, you're probably thinking, Barak, you're going nuts now. What do you mean highways? Do you know that the British highways, the motorways, you and I, you take that little thing, you go to the right side and you speed up. And then by the time you get home, there's a letter on your door telling you to pay £75. Last time I was driving was £75. I don't know how much it is now. It could be £400 because things are going up nowadays, all right? It's the same, but it goes up. But the person who controls, those cameras, those nice stuff, the things that look at you, the things that's like looking around. Yeah, Palantir Technology controls that. And they invested over, I think, 9 million, over £1 billion into the British highways. And it's crazy that nobody gets to know about these deals. These guys get whatever they want. They have over billions of pounds invested into the UK. And they're not just investing because they wanted to get better. No, they're investing because they want control. They're investing because they want data. Why would you want to store NHS's data? Well, maybe it's valuable, right? You have almost every single person's health. Now you can control. You can sell it. You can do all this marketing. It's a lot of money, folks. Data is literally one of the biggest, one of the assets that you have that you can literally reuse every single time. You can resell data every single time. People want to send them letter. People want to sell them stuff. You can sell the data and you can make so much money. I know we got this Data Act, this 2018 Data Act, GDPR, that protects us and that it protects individuals and companies from leaking information about individuals like you and I. But do you think these companies really cares? They can literally just get a deal and change that and just get exempt. But this is a problem, folks, and we need to talk more about this. I have a big issue with this. And I like the fact that now we're talking about these stories. I like the fact that now these are the articles now that we're reading now. I like the fact that this is what we're reading today. Get in. Yes. Stop these guys from donating money into the UK parties. Because they don't donate because they like it. They donate because they want to control it. All right, folks. Let's move into the next story. Oh, God. This other one is like ridiculous, bro. It's freaking ridiculous, this other story, folks. What do you guys think of this guy? Have you guys seen this guy? He's been making a lot of noise. He's everywhere. Yeah, you can't miss his team. He's everywhere. Have you guys seen of him? Do you guys know who this guy is? He goes by the name of Zach Polanski. Polanski. A lot of people pronounce it different. But yeah, this guy. Yeah, the Green Party leader has been reported to counter terror police. What is going on? What is in the Islamist party is going on here? What is happening in this party? Why are they being reported to counter terrorism police? It's important that we read about this stuff because these guys are gaining a lot of momentum. They have one of the strongest party with this is one of the biggest party with a lot of young people. The future of Great Britain is here in this party, and it's important that we address these matters properly, because these are the people who will be running for parliament in the next 15 years. These are young activists, young people who will be stepping into parliament. And if this is what they're planning to do, if this is what they're trying to bring into the country, it's important that we sit here and we talk about it. We can't just say, oh, don't give them what they say. Oh, don't give them publicity. Don't give them this. Don't give them attention. Well, they already got the attention. They got the attention of the young mind, and that is too much. So this party has been reported to counterterrorism police. It's important that we get to know why, and this is the reason. And I'm sure you know who this party really is. So the Green Party has been reported to counterterrorism police by internal whistleblower. Fears are growing that the party is becoming a breeding ground for anti-Jewish extremism. Hard left activists have joined the Green in the recent months in protest at the Labour Party's stance on Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, but a push by a pro-Palestinian Green to declare the party as an anti-Zionist party. Folks, I don't really talk about this Jewish stuff going on. I think I got, the UK has a lot of problems. I don't want to get into the Middle East problem. The Middle East problem is over there. Keep it over there. Let's not bring in problem into our country. But sometimes you kind of have to, because you get people like this. But I'm going to play you this video so you can actually see what we're talking about here. This is Zach Polinsky. Let's play this video so you can see what we're talking about. This one gives you more context, but I want to introduce you to one guy. I think you guys have seen this guy before, but you probably forgot who this guy really is. But in 2024, you've seen his face almost everywhere. He was chanting, he was singing, he was shouting, and he made a lot of noise, and he received a lot of backlash, given what his stance really is, and what he's chanting, what he's singing, and most people can't even understand what he's saying. It's important that I bring this guy's face up. If you guys know this guy, let me know. Let me know. He goes by the name of Muffin Ali. Have you guys seen this guy? No, you have? No, not the guy sitting there. But here's the guy I'm talking about. Have you guys seen this guy somewhere? You have? You guys know him? You do? All right. This guy is obviously he's received a big position in this party, and he's leading this new declaration that they're making. And this declaration is that they're gonna be a party that will be super anti-Zionist. That will be the party. That's the declaration that they're making. Now, when this guy won the election to become a councillor in Hare Hills in Leeds, this is how he celebrated. Listen to this, folks. You can kind of expect this, right? You almost kind of like expected this to happen, right? But this is how Muffin Ali celebrated his victory in Hare Hills, Muffin Ali, Hare Hills in Leeds. But listen to this, folks.
Not be silent. We will raise the voice of Gaza. We will raise the voice of Palestine. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
So the first thing he did, as soon as he won the election to become a councillor, the first thing he did, he said, "I did this for Gaza. I always do it for Allah Akbar, and everybody went to like, hey, Allah Akbar. And obviously, you're not surprised to see that the party that is in has been reported to counterterrorism police because he's leading this new idea, is declaring this new pledge to the party that the party will become an anti-Zionist party. Now, let's carry on reading this report, and I think this report kind of has a lot of teeth here. This could be one of the, this could be one of the rock that will trip them up. Because they've been gaining a lot of momentum lately. We have to say they've been gaining a lot of momentum, and we have to say how it is, folks. These guys are growing really fast. They're growing really fast. Now, the article reads, I don't know why it's white. It's not showing anything here. If I zoom in, will it show? It's not showing anything for you guys, but by the very top there, the Daily Mail can reveal that one member had taken the dramatic step of reporting their party to counterterrorism police after a group in the party called for everyone seeking a Jewish state in Palestine to be branded racist. Backed by a Green for Palestine group, Zionism is racism. Motion calls for party to declare itself as anti-Zionist party in the UK and also to deproscribe Action of Palestine Action. You know, the group that we recently branded as a terrorist group in the UK, the group that went out there destroying our bases, destroying our military aircraft, costing over 5 million pounds, I think 10 million pounds of damage. The group that was out there have been jailed. A couple of them have been jailed for doing such a thing. And they went out there and did hunger strike, which obviously caused that, they got a lot of attention nationally. This is the group. So they're saying, hey, we're going to go out there and we're going to fix it and we're going to get these guys. We're going to deproscribe these guys and it's going to just be a normal group. But they've rejected accusation that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitic. So they say, hey, you can be anti-Zionism, you can be anti-Zionist, but you can't be anti-Semitic at the same time. The motion backed by the party deputy leader, Muffin Ali. I've showed you who this man really is. You guys have seen what this guy does. You guys have seen how he celebrated his victory in Hare Hill. Effectively called Israel to be replaced by a single democratic Palestinian state in all historic Palestine, with Jerusalem as a capital. Now, they have released a new map for Palestine, a new map for the Israeli state over there. They've got a new map, and this is the new map that they want in the Middle East. Folks, it's crazy. This is the new map that they want. So effectively, they want to remove, as you can see, you can't see the Israeli flag anywhere. You can't see the Israeli, you can't see anything that has to do with Israel here. It's just full on. It's full of Palestinian flag. Yeah, so basically they want to remove or maybe to take over the Israeli state. Now, I'm not a big champion for Israel. I'm not a guy who goes out there and sings song about, Israel and stuff. I'm a guy who looks at this and be like, hey, this is bad. And if Israel does something wrong, I'm like, hey, this is bad. I'm a guy who will say, hey, this is bad, regardless of who does it. I think this is bad. This is crazy. This idea has a fetus of a devil inside of it. This idea has a fetus of terrorism inside of it. And I think this is going to cause a lot of problems. I mean, yeah, and they've been reported to counterterrorism police. Here's a video I want you to watch. I think this is important because obviously this lady was a part of the group. But it's important that you listen to this.
Criticise the government Prevent programme and say that it embeds Islamophobia. What would you replace it with that protects people from terrorism?
I think, first of all, we've got to look at what Prevent is and how it was brought in.
Yeah.
It was brought in to specifically target Muslims. And we had Shawcross report who wanted to take the focus away from the far right and back to Muslims. I think that builds a level of resentment within society. So what we'd really need is to, first of all, if you want to prevent people from going down extremist routes, we've got to take it away from the terrorism lens. We've got to bring it down to a community lens, down to an education lens, down to building society and social cohesion. That's the way we've got to do it. And that will really back to basics from the ground up. Because if you try and do it top down, especially through a terrorism lens, you've already put up barriers.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is break down barriers and build a cohesive society. If you're putting up barriers to start off with and alienating people, then all we're doing is paving the way for failure.
Right. So I don't know how to put into words there. I'm sure you guys have heard, you heard him there. So they want to break this down, this terrorism, prevent counter. We have a thing that's called Prevent Counterterrorism program, right? Where we prevent people from going out there and killing somebody. We prevent people from going out there and destroying shit. So we watch them carefully. We try to see their ways because we want to prevent these guys from doing crazy stuff, right? This guy doesn't like the idea of preventing terror. Let's just let it happen. Let's react later, all right? We're going to go and pick up the crumble later. We're going to go and examine it, what happened, what took place, what conspired, why we in this situation. Let's not prevent it. I don't know how you say this and you're still a deputy leader of the party. It's kind of insane to me. It's kind of insane. But these guys have been reported to the counterterrorism police. And we'll see what happened. We'll see what happened. It's important that we follow this closely because these guys are growing with so much momentum. They have a lot of kids, a lot of young kids are joining the party. TikTok is full of them. Instagram is full of them. A lot of young people are literally voting for Green. And as you can see the picture behind him, full of young people. And if this is what they want to do, if this is what they're pledging to do, it's important that we talk about it. This is a motion that they point out and is full of attack on the Israeli state. But that's the story, folks. All right. I've talked a lot. Have you noticed I've been talking for a very long time? How long we've been running? 1 hour and 22 minutes. That's a long time of talking. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. So we're going to open up the calls and you guys can call in. We haven't set up WhatsApp yet, so we can only take UK phone calls. But tomorrow we'll be able to take in calls on WhatsApp too. So you can call us on WhatsApp around the world and you can have your say. But by the way, if you do call in, make sure it's relevant to what we've covered. All right? Don't call and start talking about pigs in Canada. No, I don't care. Let's talk about what we've covered today, okay? So let me open up the phone calls and let's get going with this so you guys can call in. All right, are you guys ready for the call? I'm ready for the call. I want to hear you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think of the stories today? So let me connect the calls. All right. Okay, speak to me live. Here's the number. Have your say live with Baraka. Come on. That is the number. Let's get this calling in. No, we can't shut the party down, Darren. We can't just shut... we can't just go and shut down the party. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much power we have. Maybe we can. Maybe we can't. But I'm not sure. But that's the number. Call in. Let's get talking. We're gonna do this for the next 20 minutes, and you guys can have your say. Yeah. Are we ready? All right, that's the number on the screen. Make your call. Let's hear what you guys think about today's live. Very quick live, to be fair, not too long. Important stories only, of course, always. Trevor says, I am working. Oh, man. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad that you're working, Trevor. It's good. But you can always make a call in later on. When I don't know, this is the time that we do live from 4 o'clock to 6. So if you work all the time if that's the times that you are at work, you're probably not gonna get us on the call. Different opinion to mine, I can say, but we certainly agree on a lot of things. We certainly agree on a lot of things for sure. Testing. All right, make your call. Let's go. Are you guys thinking? Yesterday we had people saying, "Hey, I want to make a call, but I'm scared." Bro, you think I'm gonna bite you, bro? What do you think I'm gonna do? Bite you? No, I won't do that. Just make the call. I can't make a call. I'm not in the UK, lol. Yeah, we're gonna open up the call internationally tomorrow. Tomorrow, that's when we're gonna set up the full thing, so anyone around the world can call. Everybody has gone shy. Very controversial. Very aware how controversial these topics are. Yeah, these are important topics. These are important topics, and it's important that we confront them. It's important that we confront these topics. It's important that we talk about these, these billionaires stealing our elections. It's important that we talk about these Tony Blairs of the world, controlling the area and putting us in like one system where they can control and do what they want to us with this AI, facial recognition technology, and the BRICS card and all these crazy stuff. And also it's kind of concerning and scary that the government is still allowing these guys to basically allowing the illegal migrants to come into the country and do this to young kids. Do we have the right number there? Can you guys hear me? Somebody says no sound. Really? That's no problem we want to have. Is my microphone not close enough? Come on, Jason, make the call, somebody says. Make the freaking call, Jason. Everybody's waiting for you. Yeah, somebody's no sound. Can you guys hear me? What do you mean no sound? It's muted. All right, so you can. All right, some people are. I think some people are trolling. Somebody says it's muted. Somebody says it's back now. Wait, really? Was my sound really gone? So you guys can hear me. Okay. All right, make the call or we're going to close the lines. Do we even have enough people to make the calls today? We have all in total we have. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay, great. In total we have 357 people watching live. If you guys haven't liked the stream, like the stream right now, please. Thank you. I'm sure we can get 2 people to call out these 300 people. No? Are we going to have to close the line and end the stream? We can close the line and end the stream, guys. What do you guys think? You guys are shy. Don't worry, Kistama is not going to listen. It's not going to track your voice. Imagine they track your voice and they kick your door down. They're like, hey, you was on a live show yesterday. You breached the peace. Malicious communication. Come with us. Oh, God. It's quite funny now that they can arrest us on these stupid stuff. Like, hey, you breached the peace. And the breach of peace is that you walked somewhere they didn't want you to go. like, what the fuck? All right, folks. It looks like you guys are not. It looks like you guys don't want to call. All right, the number is there. You guys can call, but you guys don't want to call. All right, we're gonna move on then. I think. Should I cover this last story here? I think this last story is kind of stupid. It's about Zach Polinsky again, the Green Party. They went into the wrong place. They went to knock into an area that they're not meant to knock in Manchester, and they start harassing residents in that area. They went into basically a care home, and they were doing leafleting inside a complex that has elderly people inside, and just so they went in and started harassing the people who were there. Obviously, the elderly people who were there, the care home. They went in and they started leafleting. Those carers didn't want to talk because obviously, bro, these guys are like 85-year-olds, 90-year-old. Of course, they don't want to sit down and talk to random kids who are coming to leaflet. So these guys were there harassing these elderly people, and of course, they called the police. I think we got trolls here. I honestly think we got trolls in the chat. We got trolls here. These guys are saying you're mute, buddy. Am I really muted, or is somebody's just... Okay, so people are saying they can hear me. All right, great. All right, cool. Some people can hear me. All right. I guess there's 2 people who can't. So this Zach Polinsky guy, this Green Party, they went into a place where they're not meant to go. They started knocking in that area, and full of old people. It's an area for pensioners. It's an area for it's basically a place where you go to. It's a care home. So it's a apartment complex for elderly people, like 90-year-old, 95, 85. These guys don't care about politics unless they're billionaires. You know, they can move it around how they want it. But these guys don't care about politics. They're ready, in a sense where they're waiting to die. And to say in a respectful sense, they don't really care. They don't really know what's going on. They don't want to, bro, you can't be going there. Somebody's lying down. They're resting. Their back is hurting. Their hips is hurting. They're just taking their medicine. They want to chill out for a bit, and so they can go and sleep. You're knocking on the door and be like, hey, I am Zach Polinsky. Of course you're pissing them off. They don't want to talk. So that's what these guys did. And of course, these elderly people called to get them out. By the way, these Green Party leaders, Green Party canvassers, they were not allowed to go in and do door-to-door inside that apartment complex of basically old age people. They were not allowed to go in. All right, somebody's calling. Let's pick up. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Hello, hi, how you all right? Can you hear me?
Is that Barra?
Yeah, that's right. We're live right now. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm actually at work, mate. I'm a bit naughty, but
oh man,
I couldn't help it. No one's phoning in. I've got you on my computer screen on my desk, but I'm doing repairs at the moment for the NHS electronics, so I'm being a bit naughty. But just a quick one. I'm obviously I listen to you a lot, subscribe and everything, but what the hell is going on with this country? I mean, I wake up every day and there is something new every day, which is just blows my mind. How did it get to this point? What do you think? How did it get to this point?
I think we can't blame the residents. We can't blame the people. We can only blame the leaders because we elect them to fix this mess. But
that's what I think. That's what I think. We can't blame the people for coming over. It's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
And we can only blame our leaders.
Yeah, because we have the laws that can stop this from happening. Yeah. We have the laws that can stop this from happening. Literally, we have laws. That's why we call them illegal migrants, because it's not legal, right? But somehow they've called it irregular migration. They've changed the language around it. Nowadays, it's becoming a new normal where people can just come in and then we can just house them.
I totally agree, Barry. But we have instances like yesterday, where we have a well-respected businessman of this country who's done really well here, made millions of pounds, come out and just talk the truth, and then he's actually just died, just completely thrown to the ground for telling the truth.
Yeah.
By the left.
Yeah,
it's quite clear what the problem is in this country. But I speak to people on the street, and half of them are really angry. Half of them just do not give a damn and just don't even realise what that means for them, their future.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely baffled by it. I really am.
Yeah, I think everybody can agree with you. That's why when you talk about this topic, almost every single person agrees, apart from the people who are in charge right now, who are meant to be fixing it. And I'm sure you're speaking about the co-founder the co-owner of Man United, right?
That's right. Yeah, I know him as just the chemical man because he sells chemicals or something. I can't remember, but
yeah. So he came out of frustration, and he thought those are the words, because he looks at the number. He mentioned the state. He mentioned the numbers, saying, "Hey, a lot of things have changed. We've employed a lot of people for a short period of time," and he's like, "Hey, we're being colonized." But obviously, they pushed him to the curbs and they pushed him to the dogs, and now he had to come out today to apologize. Do you want to know why he came out to apologize? Because he had to come out to apologize. He literally apologized today. I don't know if you know, but they forced him to come and apologize.
It seems to me that he's been given a bit of a nudge.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what?
Bit of a nudge.
Yeah, they can fire him from Man United. He might own it. But the board can hold a meeting and vote him out. And the last thing he wants is losing his...
Barrett, you're totally right, mate. And this is what really worries me, because that's a reflection of how deep this really goes.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine if they can do to somebody like that, a billionaire who has a lot of money, he can literally live anywhere on the planet. But they can bully him like that. Imagine you and I, bro.
Yeah, no, you're spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. And I woke up today hearing that, and I'm starting to make serious decisions for my own life, for my son's, my 13-year-old's future. I'm starting to say, do I want to stay in the UK? I've got the means to move out if I want to. I can move to the US if I want to, but I don't want to. I love this country. My family's name in this country is Welsh. It's 900 years old. I want I want to stay here. Why the hell shouldn't I? It's my home.
Yeah, you should.
And they're literally telling us out from underneath our feet.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have to think about moving out your own land.
No,
it's insane the fact that now we're here.
Exactly. I thought about it in the 90s. I could have gone then, but I was like, no, I love this country. So I stayed, and look where I am now. Look where we are. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
Have we gone into another universe? Is CERN, the particle accelerator, gone wrong in the past or something? And we just been thrown into some alternative universe, because everything is completely upside down.
Yeah, everything is changing very fast. Even myself, I don't know how old you are, but I've seen a lot of changes in my area too. Since when I was young. Say that again?
I'm 50. I was born in 1975. So yeah, I'm very young, but I can't believe what I've seen already.
Yeah, I know. There's more to come. So let's talk about change. Do you think change is coming? Who are you betting on? Which horse are you betting on to bring change?
At the moment, it's Abu Hole, mate. The end of the beginning is connected to the beginning of the end of everything. We're just going round in circles.
Yeah, we gotta break that loop, right?
We got to break that loop. You're right. We got to get this stupid ideology mindset out of our culture. Everything to do with us. It's just a poison.
Yeah.
It's a parasite on us.
Do you think
we got to get rid of it? I mean, Islam's been trying to take this country for 400 years. For goodness sake, you know.
It looks like we don't have the power to defeat a second Ottoman type of style of attack. Back then we did. We defeated the Ottoman Empire. We did all the stuff, and we owned a part of the Middle East. Yeah. But now it looks like if something like that was to happen, we barely have any soldiers recruiting, joining the army. So we can't even defend ourselves. We have more illegal migrants in the hotel than we have troops out there serving the nation.
And again, it's another thing. It's all on so many levels that it's to the point of where how can that possibly happen unless it's actually by design? Somebody is orchestrating something here, and it will be found out eventually. But I fear by that time it would be too late.
But instead, I like the fact that you didn't leave the country, because if a lot of people start leaving, then you basically have given up without fight. It's good that you're here still fighting. Now, which party are you betting on into bringing change? There's a lot of party now. There's a lot of new parties. There's a lot of new faces. Green is out there making noise. Conservative is, trying to gain back control. Reform UK is recruiting a lot of people. They are going out there, gaining a lot of donation and, improving themselves and showing that they can fight the big games. The big game.
And
also you got Advanced UK. Which one are you going with?
Barra, I voted.
Or maybe the Labour Party.
Come on, mate. Give me credit.
Right.
But no, mate. I voted Reform last time.
Right.
Along with a good friend of mine. I mean, we've been going on about this for probably 10, 13, 15 years. We knew it was going to happen, but we didn't know it was going to happen this bloody quickly, for God's sake. We are both shocked by it. But we voted Reform. And the thing I'm seeing a lot now on chats, on sites and stuff is you got to vote for Advance, vote for Advance or Rupert Lowe. It's like they don't understand. You've got to vote Reform for the long run to get to Advance, because they don't have the seats in Parliament. You've got to wipe out those Labour seats in Parliament. That's the thing, and Reform would do that. But by the time we get to Advance or people like the likes of Rupert Lowe, where, we've got common sense in Parliament again, I'm going to be an old man. So I'm just thinking about my son's future now. He's 13, he's bright, he's smart, and I want him to make it, but I know for a fact he's not going to grow up in the country which I did grow up in, where it's prosperous, it was progressive, inventive, everything. It was brilliant. It's gone. It's been gone for 20 years.
Right.
So, all I can do is just think of the best for him, and that's why I think about, I don't want to leave this country, but if it means that I've got to do it, I've got to do it for the best of him.
Yeah, you don't have to leave. This is a fight that you have to fight.
It's so scary, though, mate. It's so scary.
Yeah, I know. It's super scary. It's scary right now. I was talking to a teacher today, this morning, and she was telling me about how scary it is for her to even, go to school. Because apparently she said that they are stopping year 5s with knives at the door. That's how insane it is that in school, year 5s are carrying knives.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a primary school teacher. She's telling me, hey, year 5s have been stopping, are stabbing people in school. And obviously, I don't know if you guys I don't know if you know, but the latest terror attack in London, where 2 students were stabbed by another 13-year-old student.
And the media is saying it's not a terrorist attack. Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
How is it up to them to define what bloody terrorism is? If you're terrorised, you're terrorised. It's as simple as that. It's terrorism.
That's right.
They try and water it down as best they can, which is just an insult to people's intelligence.
Exactly. But thank you so much for calling in. What's your name?
Trevor. I'm calling from just outside Exeter, Devon. And luckily for me, my son goes to a lovely school in just outside Newton Abbot. It's very good. He's doing very well, and it's very much like the way when I went to school. So we're a little bit blessed down here at the moment. We've not been touched by a lot of things in the big cities.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I hope it stays like that, and I hope it gets better up in the bigger cities. I really do, because we can't lose 1,000 years of unity amongst ourselves and everything. It's too much to lose, and people need to wake up to that.
Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand.
I've got to get back to work anyway, mate.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling, Trevor. Good talking to you.
You too, mate. God bless you, and you take care.
Cheers. Take care. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Trevor from Devon. Sick guy. Great guy. Thank you so much for calling in, Trevor. Now, do you see how easy it is? You just make the call and we talk and we go back and forth. We make some jokes. You know, I know it's a tough one, but when one person makes the call, a lot of people follow it. But I'm glad that Trevor was the first one to do it. But here's another call coming in. I'm not sure who this is. It could be the same person. Hello. Hello. Hi. How you doing? You all right?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Who am I speaking to?
You're talking to Linford, Baraka. Remember I spoke to you with regards to my pal in France?
Say that again.
I spoke to you before about my pal in France.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so it's me. It's
how you doing? You're right? Yeah, he's back now. I'm glad he's back.
I'm not bad, mate. Yeah, he's all right, mate. He's doing well.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I just wanted to share, Baraka. Do you know what? I feel numb with, what's happened to that 2-year-old girl, and I've shed tears, and, I've got young children and I've got a daughter, and I can't even put it into words. I've got tears in my eyes. It's horrific. And you know what? They talk about these Pakistani grooming gangs. The biggest grooming gangs are the governments, prime ministers, presidents of this world. They're the biggest. But this started long before the Pakistani grooming gangs. It's been going on for a long time. Yeah, it's all kept under the rug, and they all cover for one another. They're so corrupt. It's ridiculous, And when is enough, Baraka? When is something going to happen? And I'll be honest with you, I've contemplated, and I've got a lot to do. I've contemplated, you know what? Enough's enough. Let's do it. But the reality is, I get arrested. I end up in prison. And then I'm no good to my children. But I know I'm not alone with this, Baraka. That's where my head is going.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone. A lot of people
we
share
have to take it to the next level.
Yeah. I think the people need to put more pressure to the leaders to make a change, because the way it's going right now, a lot of people are really mad, and something radical.
We're past boiling point, Baraka.
Yep,
we're past that.
Yeah,
and I'm not alone when I say that. We're past boiling point. And it's like the government don't care.
Do you think
they don't care? And more are coming in.
Yeah, more of the same. Yes.
And like Danny Tomo done a little short earlier, and he was saying, when's it going to be one of ours? Our daughters or our wives or our family members. It ain't going to be long.
Yeah.
It's the reality of it.
Yeah, it looks like anything could happen to anyone.
God forbid that ever happened. God forbid. I'll end up dead or I'll end up in prison for life. Because I know what I would do. But I'm debating, and this is the insanity, Baraka. I'm being honest. I'm debating. I'm looking at the pros and the cons. If I act upon what my head's telling me, I'm going to end up in prison. That's the reality of it. But I know I'm not alone with this, Baraka. I know there's lots of people that have had enough. And I know it's not the answer, and I know violence is not the answer. I know that.
Right.
But that's where my head is going with this. When are they going to listen?
Do you think there is something going on that they, because I mean, as a human being, if somebody is shouting, "Hey, I'm in pain," As a human being, you kind of give a little bit of attention to that person who's crying that they are in pain. But right now, the nation has been crying that we are in pain. The people have been crying we're in pain for a very long time, but nothing has been done about it. What do you think? Did we get? Is it our fault that we elected him?
I think they're so stuck in themselves with everything that's going on with Epstein and everything else. But this has been going on long before Epstein. It's been going on for decades and decades. You know, and it's so corrupt with governments, with prime ministers, with presidents. And you watch, there's so much more that's going to come out. This is just a minute amount of it, you know. And I'm in so much pain. I can't, and I've been crying so much because of this little 2-year-old girl.
Yeah, I know, and the stories that have come out.
The pain I feel at the minute is.
Yeah, that's why it's important that we keep on putting the voice out there, because stories like this, I don't know if you know, but these stories go unnoticed. Nobody really talk about this. They don't want you and I to talk about this because they know how angry we'll feel. Because obviously,
I can't stop crying. I cannot stop crying.
I mean, there's nothing else. As a human being, that's the only thing that we have to show emotion to our fellow citizens.
They've got no empathy.
Yeah, exactly.
Or nothing to literally to feel anything. The Prime Minister should be literally on TV saying about this and everything else. You know, a 2-year-old child.
Yeah.
You know, yet he's doing nothing. He's swept under the carpet again.
Yeah, I don't
when
know.
Enough.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but the person who's the suspect, the alleged suspect, has walked free. They've released him. They released him on the 4th.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the story.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, if you watch the stream from the start, the guy was released.
Oh my God.
5th of February. It was apparently they didn't find any evidence.
Oh my God. Where is he, Baraka? Do you know?
I don't know, but apparently it happened in Manchester.
Right, okay.
It happened in Manchester, and
is there any images of him?
Bro, really, there's not. They don't really put images out, but nothing. But obviously, we don't know anything yet. No media outlet has covered it apart from.
But they won't. They won't. They won't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So they.
Because they're all involved in it.
Yeah, they do quick little reports and they move on quick.
They're involved in the corruptness. Well, look at the stabbings at the school and all that. You know, of course it's a terror attack. You know, but they don't want to say that because they don't want to be labelled as racist. This is the truth and the reality of it.
Yeah, but don't you think it's a little bit insensitive for them to not want to label them as a terrorist?
Totally.
Because now
it's all about votes, Baraka. It's all about votes when it comes to the election. You know, they don't want to upset them. And let's right-size it. Who don't they want to upset? They don't want to upset the Muslim community. And I'm not being racist when I say that.
Yeah.
You know, this is what it comes down to.
It looks like that's everyone's fighting for that block.
Yeah. You know, it's disgraceful, honestly. It's like I'm in a nightmare and I want to wake up.
But why do you think that is? Because there's a lot of British people here. It's not like you don't need a Muslim bloc for you to win an election. Why do you think every party is always?
Well, you look in the government. You look at the councillors and everything else. Not being funny. You look at who they are. Hello, hello. You know, and there's parts of like London and everything else where there are no-go areas. You know, they're called like Bangalore and things like that. You can't walk there. Yeah. You know, and it's ridiculous. It's like they want to segregate us, and that's exactly what they're doing. When in reality, it's wrong. We don't want to be segregated. We want to be united with everybody. Yeah. But the government don't want that because when we're united, we become powerful, and they don't want that. So they want to segregate us. They want to say, "Oh, they're far right. Oh, they're this and they're that." When the reality is, we.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, Baraka. We just want to get on. That's all we want.
Yeah.
You know? I have every race in my family, Baraka. Every race. You know, this isn't about racism, and that's the card they throw at you. You know, I've got lots of black and Asian friends, lots. You know, and they're on the same ground as me. You know, it's like it's sickening, Baraka.
Yeah, I think
sickening.
I think almost the stories that we cover here. If you have a heart, and if your heart is still pounding and your body is still warm, as soon as you see the title or you read the content or maybe you watch the videos, if you don't feel any sort of empathy,
breaking at the minute, breaking. Honestly, it's unreal.
Exactly. If you don't break, it's like you don't really care, because the amount of victims, the amount of survivors that we have in this country, and the amount of potential attacks coming up. Because
I'm going to predict what I think is going to happen, Baraka.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think there's going to be an uprising very, very soon, and I know it doesn't resolve anything. I'm just being honest, and it's just my opinion. I may be wrong, you know, and I don't like violence at all, you know, but I can see that's what's going to happen.
Wow.
Because people have just had enough.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that. But
no, we don't. But that's where I can see it going, and I'm being honest.
So change. What do we need to do to bring change? In your view, what should we do?
We need to get the government out, Labour out, completely gone. You know, and I know, you know, I'm an advanced member, you know, but I know if we went up to vote today, we would have to, let's right size it, we'd have to vote reform. We would have to, you know, because advance ain't ready yet, you know, but even reform, you know, with Farage, oh, God, you know, I can't stand him. But you know what? We have to do what we have to do.
So
you know, and I think we have to get them out, you know, and we have to, you know, ultimately stop the boats, stop these people coming in. That's the first step.
So Farage,
you know,
is the
and then we
man
have
for
to
you,
deal with everyone that's here and start deporting.
Do you think Farage will get the job done?
No, I think it's all talk. No, for me, Ben Habib's the only man. He's the man.
Okay.
You know, he's the man.
Yeah.
You know, but at the minute, I'm being honest, Assange is not ready right now. So if it comes to an election, we would have to vote reform. That's what we would have to do.
Right. Yeah, I understand where you come from with that. Definitely.
You know, and yeah, I just
I'm glad you're able to let it out here. I know it's very sensitive. You know, to let
it's my
this
children that I feel for, Baraka. You know, growing up, I've got young children, and it's terrifying.
Yeah,
and you know what? If I can do something now so that they don't have to go through it when they're older, that's exactly what I'm going to do, Baraka.
Yeah, I think the only option that we have right now is to vote, and I think let's make sure that it's harder for them to get. It's harder for them to get our vote. They can't just come with us. They can't just come to us.
They won't get in. If there's an election called tomorrow, they will not get in. Fact.
Yeah. So let's just be stingy with our vote and vote. Let's make wise decision when we vote. That's the only way we have a democracy. Let's utilize it to the.
And it just goes to show, you know, how artless, especially Starmer is. He hasn't even got and done an announcement on TV to say how disgraceful this is. A 2-year-old baby. 2-year-old baby. Fucking hell.
I mean, once you say it out loud, you kind of. I mean, how can that even happen?
Oh my God! I'm getting angry. I'm angry.
Here's what we can do. Let's put the anger into something that will not make your life even worse. Are you involved politically? Because that's the only vehicle we have.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I am.
Are you standing in your?
I'm not actually standing, but I'm doing other stuff, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should back some pick a fish.
No, I'm gonna make some calls. I'm gonna make some calls, and
you should definitely
take the power out of it by talking about it.
Yeah, that's right. Your area, you should get people lined up, knock to your neighbor, speak to your neighbors. Let's you know, make a little bit of alliance around your street. I know it's okay. It's good to do it online, but when you have power
we've got a
within
great
the street,
community where we are. The community's great.
yeah, get those guys aligned. So when the election comes, you're able to go and punish the person who has put you in this situation. I think that's the best way to do it. But stay strong. I mean, the whole country feels your pain. Seeing the news that's coming in is just freaking
you know what?
insane.
My prayers and all my love goes out to the family and out of this 2-year-old little baby, beautiful baby. It's sickening. It is sickening.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that from me. I'm sure all the country gives their love and support and prayers to the family and the baby. It's sickening. And I'm sending all my love to them.
Yeah. I'm sorry again. Stay strong, boss.
I'll leave it there, Baraka.
Thank you so much for calling. Stay strong.
Take care, mate.
I'll be in contact, okay?
Yes, mate. No worries. You got my number. Thanks, Baraka. God bless you.
Talk to you soon, sir.
So, mate. Bye-bye.
Folks, this is how the country feels. Every single person is angry. Everyone is mad. I mean, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. I mean, you just go in shock, given that this is the news that we're reporting. And when you go on BBC, when you go Sky News, when you go to the cloud, all these mainstream media, where this story should be reported on repeat, is never there. Everybody's angry. The fact that this is taking place in the country and nobody gets to know about it. And we all move on and we all think, oh yeah, it's not going to happen to us. It's not going to happen to my daughter. It's not going to happen to my sister. It's not going to happen to my, cousins. No. It's happening and it's basically inevitable now. You could be next. Your loved ones could be next. Every single person is angry within the country. The last caller, the first caller too, the last caller as well. That's literally the example of how everybody's feeling today. That's how everybody's feeling. All right, we've received a lot of missed calls. God. All right, missed call. Okay. All right, my phone was on. This phone was on. I've just removed the thing. So if you call one time, it will come through. I'm sorry the fact that you had to. It went on voicemail straight away. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think, folks? What do you guys think? If you want to call in, you can call in. But the 2-hour stream mark has hit now. So I'm going to have to put my hand to the head salute. And we're going to have to end the stream. But hey, we can take one more call. One more call, guys. One more call. We're going to keep it brief. If you're still standing on the sideline, this is the time for you to pick up the phone and call in and voice your opinion with myself on live television. One more call. We'll take one more call before we end this. God. Shit. 2 seconds. What the fuck is that?
Listening to The Baraka Show.
All right, one more call. We're going to take this one, and then we're going to end it. All right, one more call. One more call. Here it is. How you doing, sir? You all right? Hello?
Hello.
How you doing? You okay?
Who's that?
You made it through. Hey, it's Baraka.
Oh, yes. What's happening, bro?
Yeah, all good. All good. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, good.
So what have you got to tell me today? How are you feeling?
I think the Labour government, I'm from Cardiff, I am, the Labour government have raped this country for the last fucking 40 years.
Wow. How so?
We've got nothing. We actually got nothing. All our fucking politicians wanted to do is make Wales become like a third world country, basically. When we was in the EU, we used to get billions and billions of handout. So they destroyed our industry, they destroyed our steelworks, our copper mines, our coal mines, because they were getting handout from the EU. So basically, the EU class Wales as a third world country. No, we've got nothing. All we've got is tourism, and our tourism is shit. And then that Drakeford turned round and said, "Oh yeah, but Wales, we want to be a sanctuary. We want to be a sanctuary country. Let them all. We'll come. We'll house them. This, that, and the other. What about the poor? We got so many poor people at the South Wales valleys, and the Rhondda valleys, are on their asses."
Yeah, it looks like it's getting worse with the Labour Party giving everything to China now.
I went on Cardiff Bay yesterday. I walked the dog. I do it once a week. I walked on Cardiff Bay yesterday, and the people from Radnishire, this, that, and the other, they were all protesting about. They put in wind turbines up there, and this, that, and the other. And I said, it's not going to change. It's not going to change because the government, or whoever's in next, they've already signed a contract with China.
That's right, and
They've already signed a contract.
And they don't want to release it. Ed Miliband was grilled yesterday.
Yeah, but they've already signed. Who knows what contract they signed?
Yeah, we all.
Everyone's saying, all right, we'll get Labour, we'll get reform. Listen, I'm voting for reform. That Pride. They're worse. They're like the Greens of Wales.
Yeah. I think you're right to that extent where we built everything. We led the Industrial Revolution. Now we're here. We can't even keep our machines turning.
Wales has got nothing. We're like a third world country.
Wales.
We are a third.
Wales, you mean?
Yeah, Wales.
All right.
Wales. We're like a third world country now. All right, you've got the M4 corridor. Yeah, all right, there's money there, this and the other. You go like the Rhondda Valley, the South Wales, there's nothing up there, nothing. There's nothing up there to help the young people, this, that, and the other. And all Drake's been saying, yeah, bring them in, we're a sanctuary country. Blah. No, fucking look after our own up in the fucking valley. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you guys have voted Labour almost every single chance you have.
Labour started in Merthyr Tydfil. That's where it started. The NHS started in Wales. Labour started in Merthyr Tydfil. The NHS, and look what it's become. Look what it's both become. It's both become toxic. I'm fuming. But I go to that Senate. I fuck it now. I despise it. I actually. Why we got that? We got enough freeloaders in Westminster. Why do we need these muppets down there? They're all woke liberal fucking idiots.
Yeah, I think the viewers.
Sorry, I'm swearing.
No. I totally understand. I think the viewers can probably echo the same sentiment there.
No, but they
There's
are.
a lot of...
Do you understand what I mean? This is more. It's like 20 miles an hour. We'll put our thing down to 20 miles an hour. It wasn't 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour for the first car. The car 15 behind was doing 3 miles an hour. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah.
And they put it in Cardiff now. They've done all these Cardiff is a joke now. It's a fucking joke.
Cardiff.
It's like when COVID came, right? They did what's it called? Admissions, dirty admissions in the city centre.
Right.
They did it in COVID.
Mm-hmm.
They did it in COVID when there was no traffic.
Yeah,
so they did the admissions. Look at Cardiff. They got no admissions. Blah blah blah. They did it in COVID, and now they can all cycle routes through it. No, the place is covered in potholes.
Yeah, this is what they do. They Obviously, there's a lot of conspiracy theories going out there about COVID, but they definitely got a lot of things done while everybody was quarantining, for sure.
No, I was a lorry. No, I'm a lorry driver. I'm a lorry driving. I was a lorry driver during COVID. Yeah, like they're back here now. Oh, what a time! You used to get £500. You get your wages, and every month you have £500 bonus. But all of a sudden, the tackle hours didn't care. Before then, you put your tackle card in. Every company you think, and they go, they download it on your item track, or your heart's pouring, heart breaking, over speeding, over revving, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
When COVID came, nobody gave two fucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's more to take money from your pocket and put it in the government, in the big machine, so they can fund all these projects that they have to destroy the country, for sure. So that's why
it's a joke, mate. I couldn't get what Tommy Robinson man kid. I went on my own at first, well. I went on my own. My mates were, fucking, you're racist. I said, you're fucking racist. Oh, am I racist? Am I fucking racist? I said, people just want to fucking open their eyes a bit.
Yeah, it's not racist to say to say what's happening in the country. I think to the person.
We haven't seen it. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. We haven't seen it yet. Like I said to everything's moving west. Like people in London, they moved out of London, moved to Reading. People, because they got money, they could afford Reading. People in Reading, outpriced, moved to Swindon. People from Swindon, outpriced, moved to Bristol, and now everything's moving west. And the people from Cardiff know, because obviously people in Bristol know, there's a lot more dollar in Bristol, so they're all moving over here now. And the people in Cardiff know, we're all moving, moving up the VAT. Everything slowly is shifting west. The money is shifting west. And so is the liberal values shift. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who's going to take over the place that a lot of people are moving from?
Pardon?
So who will occupy where you guys are leaving?
We're all priced. Everyone's moving from London. Look at fucking London. Look at London. It's like some city in Africa. No disrespect to you, no. Please don't. London's not London anymore.
Yeah, but when people say, it looks like Africa, there's a lot of parts in Africa that look beautiful, Just to let you know, there's places in Africa that look way better than London. To say.
Listen, please don't put me like that.
No. I'm just telling you. No, it's not.
No,
I'm just saying as a general, because there's parts in London that we see and be like, whoa, that is dirty, and there's parts in Africa where it's like.
The only part in London now are fucking lovely. It's like Richmond, Holland Park, and all places like that. The rest of it's a fucking dump. It is a dump. I worked in London years ago. I worked in I worked in Hither Green, Archway. I remember working in Archway on Holloway Road, the Cock Tavern. This is when I was a kid and thinking, pub is huge. I remember going in there. We were staying there actually, but we were working in Archway. The hospital just up from there. And all these guys come in with buckets. I was only young. I was about 17, 18. And I said to the barman, what's all this about? He said, don't say nothing. I said, all right, then I won't say nothing. Bye-bye. He said, I'll tell you when they go. And when they went, I said, what was that? He said, they were IRA fucking just coming in for money. You know what I mean? So I've seen London how it used to be.
Yeah. London used to be a great place. Of course, that has changed now. It's changed because obviously...
Listen, I'm a Tottenham fan. I remember going to White Hart Lane. When we have the shelf.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Take it easy. I know you're frustrated.
I know I'm ranting.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right. This is a show for the people. You can call in and you can have it out and, you can release it out. And I know a lot of people we've been forced into staying in our house and shutting up and just go to work and shut up and stay and, keep our mouth quiet and keep moving. I think it's time now we come out and start voicing our opinion.
I'm only talking to you now, but we're not.
Say that again?
I'm only talking to you.
Yeah, you're talking to me, but we're live. I'm sure you're you know.
Here we go.
I hope K-Stammer don't knock on your door next day.
I couldn't give two shits. I couldn't give two shits about that fucking paedophile nonsense. I didn't give a fuck about it. Honestly, I couldn't. None of them. That do you know Drakeford, Mark? That Drakeford? His son was a paedophile. He was a rapist. He went to jail. He went to jail for rape. Went to jail for rape. Then when he was on license, he done something and he had to go back in.
Yeah, sadly, these are the people that we call our leaders. But thank you so much for calling today.
It's not my fucking lead, I'm going. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to upset you.
No, I'm not upset. I'm far away from being upset. I'm far away.
Brother, do you know what I mean? Fair play. And Tuesday, fair play to you. You got balls of steel. You and Tuesday.
Yeah, my Tuesday does a good job.
Before I said you're more British than British.
Yeah, he does a great job for sure. Yes.
So yes, look at those poor, look at those poor people in Iran now, and you've still got these fucking numpties going around free Palestine. It's bullshit. It's all fucking. They're all brainwashed fucking.
Yeah, definitely. People need to put their eyes on Iran. You know, a lot of people are being killed, but our world leaders turn a blind eye as always. But it's been a lovely call talking to you, sir.
I'm sorry.
Call in tomorrow.
I'm sorry, mate.
Call in tomorrow as well. We can have another chat. We can always.
Yeah. You know,
Call
I
in
think I've done your head into like that.
No. It's okay. It's just that some people might want to call as well, and of course we need to also end the show.
Sorry for being abusive. You look after yourself.
Thank you so
you're
much.
a soldier. You are a proper soldier.
You too, sir.
Proper soldier. You can't say enough about Tommy, so I won't even start there. But
yeah, he's a warrior. Yes, for sure.
He's more than a warrior.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, sir.
He's our Rich of the fucking Lion.
That's right.
He is.
All right.
All right then. Well, nice to have spoken to you.
Yeah, good talking to you, sir. Take care.
Like I said, I'm sorry for being. I'm going. Mate.
All right, cheers.
Look after yourself, Chief. Look after yourself.
You too, sir. Cheers.
Right.
All right, folks. You can call in and have it out with myself. Great guy. Everybody's passionate. Almost every single person watched the show. Everyone's passionate. We all have a stake in this game. We all care about this country and we want it to go the right way. And of course, we're going to have opinions. We're going to go back and forth because that's the way that's the only way we can resolve these things. We can't, because the government wants us to stay at home and shut down. It's to stay at home and just shut up. That's what they want. They want you to wake up, go to work, pay your taxes, obviously, because they need it to do whatever they want to do, to fund new projects, whatever. Pay your taxes and just stay at home and shut up. Literally, that's what the government wants. And sadly, they have succeeded. They don't want you guys to, they want to destroy the one thing that we call community. Some parts of the country have a good community where people get together and they talk and they have fun. But we don't have that sense of community that we had a long time ago. That has been taken away now. That has been taken away, folks. Nowadays, the only community that we have is on Facebook. The places that they can control, the places that they can see and see what you're talking about. As soon as you make a tweet that they don't like, you're getting arrested. I don't call Facebook community as a community. Community is when you meet, you come together and you talk, you have fun, you have a laugh, you argue with each other, you go back and forth. That is a community. You eat together. That is a community. Like a pub. You see pub, you're laughing, you're talking, you're chanting, you're fighting, you're playing games, you're playing darts. Ooh, I'm really good at darts, trust me. Like, in the middle, done. 3 times. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm really good at darts. But you go to the pub and you play games, you have an argument, you go back and forth, there's food there, you eat, and guess what? They're trying to take that away. That's the only thing we have, and they're taking it away. But folks, it's been a great show. Tomorrow, tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Tune in tomorrow. and we're gonna cover new stories. But it's been great. All the hosts, thank you so much for the guys who called in today. It's been amazing to get you guys in. Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's been amazing conversation. Sorry, I lost track there. Start reading this new story here. It's been amazing, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. 4 p.m. tomorrow. 4 p.m. tomorrow. Be here. We're gonna do some research starting from now. But we're gonna prepare the show, and of course, we're gonna present it to you guys tomorrow with all the facts. And you guys can make your calls tomorrow, and we can go back and forth. I believe somebody's just trying to call here. Somebody just tried to call. Yeah, we're not taking any more calls. We're not taking any more calls. Just call in tomorrow. But thank you so much, folks. Without further ado, hand to the head salute. Bye-bye, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed, this is the channel for the people. This is the Baraka Show. The nation needs to know. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Our country is built on an idea. It's an idea so powerful that some of us have died to protect it. It shapes our connection, our politics. It forms the fabric of our daily lives. And it seems so fundamental, we rarely pause to consider its significance. But here's the thing. This notion is entirely uncrafted. And although it feels like it's getting stronger and it's always going to be here, the truth is, it's becoming more fragile than we realize. This concept is a community. It's built when people with shared interests, value and goals come together, interact regularly, support each other and work towards a common objective, creating a sense of belonging within the group. That's called a community. You are not just a person who happens to live in Manchester. You are Mancunian, or Londoner, or Brummy, or Scouse. With what our leaders are doing, we are slowly losing this community. So let's stop for a moment to learn why this idea has existed forever and how it got us here. Because once you do, it makes sense why we should keep this concept alive. So help me build this community.
You've been silenced for very long, and every time you try to resist, they put you in jail. For my children. You've controlled your mind for so long to the point where you let them decide what your kids should learn, what gender they will be. And now you've let them to come for the whole nation, destroying what Britain once stood up for. They use this media machine not to report the facts to you, but to tell you what to think and what you should do.
Always be careful.
They're hiding the facts behind the noise, and they're recruiting pedophiles to tell you how to behave. And these politicians who meant to protect you, they're out there smashing your head on the ground. And no jail time for them. This road we've been on has been very dark for a very long time, and it's time to shine a light on the truth and advocate for justice. We the people make the nation, and if we don't stand up and advocate for justice, then we certainly won't make this nation great again. So we have to create a place for that, a place that can contribute to a more informed society. And that place is Next Frontier Media.